A visit to Canada, where he attended the G7 Leaders Outreach Summit in Kananaskis. Now, as the only African head of state invited, and in his role as G20 chair, Ramaphosa called for stronger G7 support for the Global South and a more inclusive global order. Moreover, he urged G7 nations to back the Global South's development efforts and welcome deeper ties with Canada, highlighting their Africa strategy as a strong foundation for collaboration. Additionally, Ramaphosa also held talks with leaders from G7 and G20 countries, including Canada, Germany, India, France, South Korea, and the EU. Let's hear key insights from President Ramaphosa during his media interaction after the summit.
Well, we've just concluded our visit to Canada to attend the G7 summit. It's been most meaningful for us, particularly as we are the president of the G20. We've had the opportunity to interact with a number of heads of states and government of various countries. And the issues that we put on the table is the issue of climate change and how important it should be treated by the global community with regard to our just energy transition, and also what we intend to achieve out of the G20 with regard to climate change, the financing thereof, but more particularly how we deal with the after effects of climate change, particularly the floods that we've been suffering from, where a number of our people have died, as well as the destruction of infrastructure. We put that firmly on the global agenda, that there should be sufficient funding for incidents such as those, as they happen on a repeated basis, particularly in our sub-region, in SADC, but more importantly, in two of our provinces, KwaZulu-Natal and the Eastern Cape, have suffered over just the past few years repeated incidents of destruction from floods and also droughts in part of the Western Cape. We also discussed the issue of critical minerals. We've discussed the importance of how our critical minerals should be treated, particularly in view of the fact that they play such an important